I'm here with Sean Crooks, and a gentleman who has found his way into the sport of show jumping, but in a little bit of a different way. And Sean, I want you to tell your story. You are from the West Coast?
I'm from Seattle, Washington. Both my parents are horse trainers, horsemen, and yeah, now I'm here on the East Coast going to school.
Where are you going to school here?
I'm going to school down in Florida, in Boca Raton, Florida Atlantic University.
And that's to keep you close to where you're now and have been a working student with Norman Delajoyo at Wembley?
Exactly. I'm going to school, and that's how, I couldn't come out here and not go to school. I had to go to school. So I'm going to school. I picked this school because it was close to Wellington, where I could ride and, follow my dreams. So.
And you are following your dreams. I have to tell you, a lot of people are keeping their eyes on you right now. A lot of the professionals saying that you're up and coming. And you have a young mare, Cincinnati La Silla?
Cincinnati La Silla, meaning she's from Monterrey. She was bred in Monterrey, Mexico.
And tell us about her, because I watched her earlier this week. I've watched her since she landed here in this country, but I saw her this week, and she's had quite a summer here. Give us a little background on her recent winnings.
Well, I took her to Spruce Meadows over the summer, and she was fantastic. I've owned her about 3/4 of a year, not quite a year yet, and I originally started showing her in Florida. Showed her 6 weeks in Florida out of the 12, and then I took her to Charlotte and won a $10,000 speed high amateur class up there, and then we bumped up in Old Salem, North Salem, New York, and did the 75,000, I think the Empire State Grand Prix.
Oh, that's quite a jump up.
Yeah, and it was my first sort of bump up with her, and I, had one down and was 8th place in a big class, and we went to Spruce Meadows, keeping the idea was doing the meter 45s, a little step up from the high amateurs, and up there there's a brutal ring. It's called the All Canada ring, and it's on hills, and it's death defying, and that's the ring the meter 45 is going in. And so I said to Norman the first week, I said, Norman, I think we should just show in the international ring. Bigger jumps, the bigger jumps aren't the problem. The scope, it's all there, and so I did the meter 50s, the section ones out in the international ring for the first time in my career, and that was a real thrill. And there's 65, 70 people showing in your class up there.
Wow.
And I managed 8th place the first week, and the second week I managed to be one of three clears in the Saturday Grand Prix.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And so I was really thrilled with her, and I got a 9th place the last week, sitting in between Beezy Madden and Rodrigo Pessoa. And a 9th place doesn't seem like a lot, but for her it was a lot, being out in the big ring in Spruce Meadows, Calgary, with good competition, great riders, great horses, and.
Well, and you've worked very hard. It's great to be able to tell a story like your own, because once again, what you've done is that you come from a background of horsemen and with your family in Seattle, and you've grown up with basically, I'd say, a saddle in your hand everywhere you went.
Yeah. I started real showing when I was 12 years old. I used to like to screw around. I thought I was a cowboy. Didn't know what I wanted to do until I was 12 years old. All my friends were starting to show in the ponies and jumps, and I was like, I gotta step it up. So that's when I started showing, and I was lucky enough to win my first class I ever did on my small pony, Fictional Hero, and that sort of caught my attention. That wasn't that. It was a little local show in Monroe, Washington, and it was halfway through the week. My sister was riding the small pony in the first class, and I showed in the second class. And I remember I won the class, and we were champion. Me and my sister went out there because to get our champion ribbon, and that's how that's what caught my attention. I couldn't say, if I fell off, I couldn't say I would be here today. But luckily enough for me that the judge was on my side, and my pony was a great pony, and caught my attention.
I'd say the rest is history, because again, what we like to see is we like to see young, up-and-coming riders like yourself. You have your eyes set on this is your profession. Talk to us about why you chose Norman Delajoyo.
Well, it's coming from the West Coast, it's hard to it's really hard to break out of. There's plenty of good riders in the Northwest. There's plenty of good horses and good horsemen, but you get stuck up there. And so I wanted to come out here and experience a little of the East Coast. And I remember we would always go for us going to Spruce Meadows is 14-hour drive. So it's not bad compared to coming from the East Coast. And I went up there with, I started up there doing the ponies and working my way up, and I saw Norman ride, and I watched him train, and he caught my attention with sort of the no BS approach, and he was one who worked at it his whole life, and I realized that if I wanted to be successful, that was how I was going to have to approach my style. So.
Well, and you have for the past 3 years now. Am I right to say that you've been working with Norman?
Yeah, 3 years. 3 years to the day almost. I've been working for Norman. So.
Well, and what would you say that if you were to encourage other people to do the same, other young riders like yourself? To me, there's nothing like it. It's the greatest college course you can have. But what's your experience been like?
It's been a great experience, and I'd say for young people like me, what we need are mentors, and so Norman has been my mentor, and it's all about finding someone like that who can push you, who can, teach you, who can, you can learn, everything from. I mean, it doesn't matter who they have to be, they have to have you have to have their respect, and they've got to be able to teach you everything. And Norman's, he's been everything for me, and William Steinkraus wrote that to be the best rider, he said you got to have 3 trainers. Your first trainer has to be good with kids. The second one has to be, have good technique and good, basics and good everything. And the third has to be world class. And I read that and I said, Norman's world class. I want to go with him.
Well, when you talk like this, again, it's the same thing. This is an inspiring story that I encourage so many other young riders also to emulate in any way they can, and in any place they can get involved. Again, you came to the top. You've been working hard. We see you working all day long, from morning, noon, and night, and you just basically do anything that needs to get done to begin and finish the day. And I know at Wembley Farm the horses come first. Yeah. There's no question.
Oh, yeah. They come first, always.
Well, it's a family affair there, I know, with Norman and Jeannie Della Gioia and Nick and Daniela, and it's a group effort, and you definitely add something to it. So again, we're going to be watching for you in the future for sure, and love telling your story. Again, these are the types of horsemen that we like to see come up through the ranks. We're here at the Hampton Classic. Come back and join us for more show jumping.